Alright guys, we're in the 2021 Silverado 3-liter diesel, and we're going to show you what happens when you run out of DEF. The truck really didn't give me any indications. It just said that DEF was low. It kept popping around, said my range was 240, 120, 67 miles, 42. It just kept bouncing around and finally said low. So here's what it shows now. Finally popped up DEF empty, and it shows my range 495 miles until I hit 65 mile an hour max. And yeah, that's what happened. So I hooked the camper up to go and drop it off to the wife about 50 miles away. I still had 2 bars of DEF. It was in the green. And then about 6 miles from their destination, it popped on and said low DEF. And I was like, okay, you know, fine, no big deal. And then I dropped the camper off. I knew there was a gas station just up the road because you're off a big interstate that had DEF. And started the truck up, and this is what popped up. So I actually stopped at the gas station. I filled the truck up because it was running on fumes. And then I put about 3 gallons of DEF in. Not a big fan of gas station DEF. So just wanted to get enough to hopefully shut the light off. It's still on. And then also you got the little message over there for the exhaust system. But yeah, that's what happens when it is out of DEF. It still says I have 500 miles to go. So if you're out driving around, you're worried about, you know, running out of DEF, you still have 500 miles when you get this fancy little light popping on. And you know, stop and get some DEF, and hopefully this message clears on its own. I imagine it will. So for those of you that have a diesel and are curious on you know, what happens if it just stops, or you know, if you keep going, here you go. It's gonna keep, I can't clear that message off of my dash. You know, hit the clear, it stays on. You can thumb up and down between the 2 messages, but that's it. That's all you can see. So yeah, the 2021 Silverado 3-liter diesel. It's been great so far. This isn't even a problem, in my opinion. I knew I was getting low on DEF. I just kind of thought it'd give me a little more of a heads up than it did. So hopefully we'll clear this message on the drive home. Like I said, I got 50 miles home. I don't have the camper hooked up anymore. We're gonna be cruising right along at, you know, 70, 80, and hopefully this takes care of itself. So if you guys like the diesel content, give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment if there's anything that you want to see. And I appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, thank you. Well, there we go. Light cleared about 10 miles ago. I wasn't able to reset my trip, so got the trip reset, and yeah, that's how we've been doing. Well, you can see right there, since resetting the trip and leaving the gas station, 30.6, and that message, like I said, does clear on its own. Assuming just had to drive a certain amount of time and see that it was you know, actually had some DEF in the system, and recalculate, and now it is at, I think it's about half. Yeah, so 2 gallons, it's about half. And before I did it, like I said, it was actually on, it said low and it was red. I'll see if I can throw a picture up. And it was, I'd never seen it on my last truck. My first truck popped up, I think when I had 2 bars, and said that, you know, remaining DEF 490 miles or something along those lines. I'm like, oh, okay, and I could clear that message. So that's why I thought this one would happen, and was not the case. So I don't know if it's just because I was towing and it saw that and it recalculated things, or what the deal was, but yeah, it's nice that it cleared both messages on the dash. Don't have to worry about any of that, and back on the road, and hopefully it keeps on trucking for a while. So thanks for watching, guys.